Hey everyone, it's Brooke. Today I'm going to do my face routine video. So I'm going to start with the bare face. I'm going to do everything from primer, foundation, concealer, highlight, contour, oh, and setting. So stay tuned if you want to see how I get my face looking like this. Okay, so as you can see, I have some discoloration and some redness. I get kind of an eye allergy sometimes to red pigment and eyeshadow, and I tried a new one and it didn't turn out so well. So we're gonna cover all that up right now though. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my MAC paint pot in, let's see, what color is it? Painterly? I'm not sure. I'm gonna put the name of it down below. But I'm just gonna prime my lids so that my eyeshadow all stays on all day. And I like to use my finger. It's just my favorite way of doing it so far. So I put just a little bit all over the lid, all the way up to the eyebrow. And I just smooth that all over. Okay, so now that I put that all over my lid, all the way up to the eyebrow, I'm gonna set it. And I am going to set it using my Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette. I'm going to take this e.l.f. fluffy eyeshadow blending brush, and I'm gonna just tap into this, this light color up here. I'm just gonna coat my brush in it, tap off the fallout, and then just go over my entire lid just to set that primer. Okay, so if I were gonna be doing like a super smoky eye today, I would probably put more of the primer below my eye and set that as well. And then I'd go in and do my entire eyeshadow look. So that way if there's any fallout, I can just wipe it away with makeup remover and just put my foundation on fresh afterwards so that everything's nice and clean. But I'm not gonna do that today, so I'm just gonna jump back into my face routine. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna prime my face. So today I'm just gonna be using this Hard Candy primer that I got from the drugstore. It is the Sheer Envy Shine Free Primer. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of that on my fingers, mainly just focusing on like the center of my face. Okay, so once the primer's all on, I'm gonna let that set. So now we're gonna go in with foundation. I'm gonna be using my Kat Von D Lock-It Foundation in the color Light 48. And I'm just gonna take a little bit of, actually just one full pump of the product and put it on the top of my hand. And then just with my finger, I'm gonna just dot the product evenly around my face. Now, I don't want to bring a lot of foundation right up under the eye because I'm going to be going in with concealer and I don't want it to get really cakey. So I kind of just blend it into this area, leaving that kind of more bare. So once I have my foundation dotted all over my face, I'm going to take my new favorite brush, my Morphe M439 brush, and I'm going to just start blending it all in. Just in circular motions. Again, avoiding that under eye area. So just take it right up to about there and blend. Down onto the chin and neck also. Just keep blending. Okay, so once you feel like you have your foundation good and blended, then I go in with my concealer. And today I'm just gonna be using my Maybelline I'll put the name of the concealer down in the comments below, but this is a great like $6 concealer from the drugstore. So I'm just gonna go right underneath my eyes from the inner part outward and sweep it out, and then I kind of go down the side of my nose. I also like to pop a little bit of concealer on the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, a little bit on my chin, and a little bit in the center of my forehead. So now to blend all of this out, I really love using a beauty blender for this. So I just got my damp beauty blender, and I use the rounded side, like the fatter side for basically everything except under my eyes, and I use the pointy side for under my eyes. It really helps getting in there. So just start blending that in a patting motion. I really love this beauty blender for concealer. For foundation, the Morphe M439 is definitely my favorite, but I always use this for my concealer. So I like to just keep blending under the eyes until that concealer is really dry, just so it doesn't start separating on me. Okay, so once you feel like you have your concealer nice and blended, then we have to set everything. So I like to set my face with MAC Studio Fix, but before I do that, I go in and set all my concealed parts, all of my highlights, if you will. It's kind of like my pre-highlight, because I don't want to put that darker MAC Studio Fix color underneath my eyes and then ruin that brightening that we just did. For my like highlight and under eye setting, I love to use this e.l.f. blush brush. It's like, I'm not sure if this one's $1 or $3, but I get them at Target and I love these. So I'm gonna go in with my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm just gonna dip into the yellowy color in the middle for my under eyes. The yellow really helps cancel out any dark circles or anything like that. I like to pat it on first before sweeping it, so that way I'm really like packing that powder in there and setting it well. Okay, so then like for the center of my face, I go to the light color on the palette to set all that. Okay, so after I've set my highlight, now I'm gonna go in and set the rest of my face using my MAC Studio Fix. So I'm just gonna be taking this Bare Minerals powder brush that I have and my MAC Studio Fix in C3. Okay, so we're set. Okay, so I'm gonna go put my eyebrows on. If you haven't already seen my eyebrow video, it's down below. I will be right back. Okay, so now that my brows are done, I'm gonna go in with my contour, my highlight, and my blush. So first thing is contour. And again, I'm gonna take my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I'm just gonna take this e.l.f. angled bronzing brush, and I'm gonna dip into, I grab a little of the middle shade and a little of the light. Okay, so just going in with my brush right here where my hairline kind of meets my ear. You want the darkest part of your contour to be close to your hairline, so I always put my brush there first. So I always go in after I do my cheek contour and take my blending brush again that has a little MAC Studio Fix on it and just kind of soften everything and blend it all in. Now I'm gonna go I don't contour my forehead like crazy or anything, but I do contour it a little bit. So I'm just gonna take the lightest color in my Kat Von D contour palette, just a tiny bit of product. And again, going back in and blending everything out. And now I'm gonna take that same angled brush and just dip the very tip of it, like maybe 30% of it, into the lightest color, just a tiny bit. I'm gonna contour my nose just a little bit. Now I have kind of like a long nose and it droops down a little bit, so I like to contour underneath a little to lift that and make it look not so long and make it look not so droopy. Blend. And last for my contour, I like to take a little more of that lightest color and just go around my jawline to just define it. Okay, so once you're feeling pretty good about your contour, now I'm gonna go in and do my favorite part, my highlight, like my highlight. I just got this Lou Manizer and I'm in love with it, it's amazing. It's so sparkly. So I'm gonna go in again with that same blush brush that I used for my highlight before, if I can find it. Here you are. Okay, so I'm gonna so the first place I like to start is my cheekbone. So right where my contour and highlight meet, that's where I want my highlight to go. So just starting right here. And I like to do my highlight before I do my blush just because it feels more natural that way. So again, on the other side. So I also like to highlight my cupid's bow, my chin a little bit, and then the tip of my nose. Some people go in with a really small brush. I just use the same brush and just kind of. Okay, so our highlight is on, so next is blush. So I'm gonna go in with the same blush brush, but a different one without product on it. Today I'm gonna be using a cream to powder blusher from e.l.f. that I got at Target. And I'm just gonna take a little bit on my brush. And then I always smile and just start on the apples of my cheeks and kind of blend it into my contour outwards. So now blush is on, and that is the end of the face. So now I'm gonna set everything with the setting spray. I just got this e.l.f., again, $3 setting spray from Target. And I actually really like it. It does the job, it doesn't smell too bad, and it makes me like kind of dewy. I'm just gonna spritz it all over my face. Let it dry. So that is my face routine. So I'm just gonna go finish up everything else. I have a lip color that I just bought yesterday that I really wanna show you guys, so I'll be right back. So this is the finished look. I am really excited about this new lipstick that I just got yesterday. It is MAC's Stone. I'm really bummed that I didn't have this when I did my favorite MAC matte lip swatch video, but I love this color. It's so awesome. And in case you're wondering, I used it with the lip liner in Cork. It was really hard to find. I went to 3 MAC stores, but I got my little hands on it. So yeah, it's my new fave. So I hope you guys enjoyed my face routine video. If you have any questions, comment below, and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye.